Can I double check? Yeah. Check your audio now. Yeah. We're in the. Oh, on WhatsApp, I got.
Quindi ho capito.
Okay, you just emailed me and said my name not live on my channel, so that's okay, thanks. What were you thinking? Were you thinking about moving it? If it's possible. I know you're connected, so. I know I see it on there. Okay, let's. Which way are they walking? Like this? I'm pretty sure they're going to be this wall. Yeah, they're probably on that end. Right there. It'd be nice to take this table, but. I guess I'll just sit on that couch on there. Yeah. That's fine. Okay, let's try that. On the yellow couch, maybe? Yeah. But the only thing is, when people talk, they're not going to be facing them. What if we like bring your screen up? It's not like that on my laptop. Yeah. They're straight to the back.
Oh, they can.
right by my office. I'm on Wilshire, so it's like just a couple blocks down, like Wilshire and New Hampshire, which is like just it's a great library there. Southwestern? No, you just walk right there. You can go University of Michigan.
She was speaking.
Great, we've got people already here to see what's down. Okay. There's not enough people to take care of the situation. They're going everywhere. A lot of times it's the funding, and that is not the problem with the Iraqis. They are just every measure they just implemented a new measure to three strikes. So immediately I hate it. I hate the name, but like it's awful. It's like any like behaviors that fall within all these IUPs they don't respect. Every time you start like losing, field trips, sixth grade graduation, like huge stuff, they have no idea. They're just like shooting in the dark. It's insane. I have a friend who's like got a kid with an IUP and she's hired an attorney to help her. Like, there's just so much, like that. I mean, it's great profession. The need is there. Yeah, a lot of need. You have the background, so you can educate. People try to be like, oh, you don't get it. We're dealing with this, that's limited resources for this. And you're like, no, actually, I understand that part. Like you're over here and you go, this part, So you're like, this whole work for the district, because they need people that fight. It's really awful. My friend works at in the San Diego Unified School District as a special educator assistant. And I tell her something about stuff and resources that we have compared to like their slim resources. They just do a lot better. They pick the right people and they utilize them better. But I mean, it's $1,000 more a head the students have, and like I don't know what they're doing. Oh yeah. Yeah, they do more money. I have no idea where it is. No, I don't. That's where I practice. Yeah. If I have to go to court there, but a lot of LA is remote. But I'm in that Stanley Cross all the time. Like if you ever want to go to court, I'm up there all the time. That's like a great courthouse to kind of get like the lay of the land. I mean, there's courthouses in San Diego. I just don't have to do that very much. And I go to like San Bernardino all the time too, and that's fine. But like LA is just like, I like the attorneys, and like collegiality is there. And people like, they're just, they want to be good attorneys, and they want to be, there's no problems too, so the culture is a lot more, it's a lot better. And it's like, you fight, but you do it with your gloves on, and like it's all, it's not like, I mean, in San Bernardino, I got a guy who like he says one thing in the hallway, like over the judge, like a different thing, but it's like really against her. I think it's fun. It's not fun to like talk to her or come on. Yeah. Yeah. I've seen that, yeah. Yeah. So, have you read the book 1L? It's necessary. I know it's old, it's super old, but it's just book 1L. And it's just a fun read. Like, it's like something well, I let everybody in my class had to read it, and I really enjoyed it. It's kind of a fun, like, summer reading experience. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. That's a good one, yeah. If I have any other good ones, yes, I'll do it.
Friends, family, and members of the Bastyr University community, please stand and join me in welcoming the Bastyr University Naturopathic Class of 2027. Thank you. You may be seated. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the White Coat Ceremony for the Bastyr University Class of 2027. My name is Kaylee Kaiser, and I'm a current second-year student, and I'm a member of the Naturopathic Medical Student Association, which is overseeing this event. And before we begin, I want to give special thanks to Michelle Park, who is a current first year, and her committee. This event wouldn't have been possible without all of the incredible first years who coordinated this event and made sure that it was possible to happen today. The White Coat Ceremony is a valued ritual that we share with our other colleagues in the medical field, and it is one that we share with dignity because it shows our responsibility for compassionate patient care and our shared responsibility towards those future patients. It is my honor to invite Dr. Lin, who is a current anatomy and neuroscience professor for the current first years, to share with us the significance of this ceremony.
You make me nervous. Good afternoon. And so first, I want to thank you for the class, for their kind invitation to give me this opportunity to be here, and also the very well welcome. That's very much appreciated. To witness this very important moment in their career with their family, parents, siblings, friends, people who are important for them and has been behind the scenes for them. So first I want to thank you to give me this opportunity to be here with you. And I want to introduce myself first. I'm one of the inaugural faculty when Bastyr opened the San Diego campus. So I had the honor to be here long enough. I've since changed, so ask me. And then I'm the director of the Human Dissection Lab, which arguably the most hated place pretty much throughout the country in any medical school due to their nature. And also I'm the chair for basic science. So today, another thing I also appreciate the class is that they know that I don't have a master's degree, so they gave me a such a degree master of the ceremony. um, so, how many of you have thought about that you would be here one day, that you will be putting on this white coat, you will be in this career, and how many of you have long determined that this is what you want to do, or some of you have tried a few things and then you settle with this, or even now you may not be sure whether this is the best fit for you, or you may have something else in the future that may change mind. So this is some nodding heads, but I don't know if we're not in the first or second or the third. But and also including the cohort, the audience. Like, how many of you either personally have or have heard somebody who has white coat syndrome? The moment when you see somebody in white and taking your blood pressure, and then it shoot up, right? So that's one of the reasons that pediatrics and psychiatrists may choose not to wear white coats. Many of them choose not to, because that reason, to help relieve the anxiety from their patients, right? So talking about that, I want to just a brief discussion about like what is white coat ceremony, right? That's many of you know the history, or at least know some of the history. But a couple hundred years ago, the doctors they wear black coats. They don't wear white coats because they think that this is a formal encounter with patients. So that should be a formal setting, and usually like black, tuxedo, those kind of attire would be more formal. So this is what they were wearing at the time until about late 1800, like the late 19th century, when Joseph Bastyr, so he introduced the germ theory and also his contribution in the antiseptic surgery, which significantly changed the practice of medicine and surgery. So it is until then that it becomes popular that the doctors, they switch from the black coat to the white coat. Because at the moment that people realize the importance of basic science research, and then they want to associate themselves with the science, right, and a little bit away from the fabric medicine at the time. So this is the history why the doctors, they wear white, because it's associated with the whiteness of cures. And then it was until 1989, the University of Chicago, that their medical school, that was the first time that they were doing something about the white coat ceremony. But it was until in 1993 in Columbia University College of Physicians and Surgeons. So that was the first full-fledged white coat ceremony, which was promoted by Dr. Arnold Gold, who believes that it was too late for the medical students to recite the oath when they graduate 4 years later. And he believes that by going through this ceremony sooner in the first year, or before the encountering patients, that helps to promote their sense of responsibility and then to go through the medical field rather than wait until they graduate from the medical school. So that was a brief history of the white coat ceremony. And then soon after that, it had been adopted by now pretty much 99% of the US schools and almost 20 countries throughout the world. And also actually beyond medical school, like nursing, pharmacology. So they're also doing that. So that said, when I was at medical school last century, sounds like a long time ago, there was no white coat ceremony. So I didn't have the privilege to be coated, to be donned by like my attending. But I'm very honored and humbled to be here, be part of this ceremony, to be with you. So So that's the history. Now, last year, this some of the instrument knows. So that's why I stay put this spring quarter. I dare not to go anywhere. Just want to make sure that I will be here for the spring quarter. And my doc, so I brought this with me because I heard that there will be some reception after. And my doctor told me that I need to watch her out. So I bring this with me. So I will weigh them before I consume anything. Can any one of you just loan me your white coat? And thank you. I want to weigh how much is. Can you make a guess? Yeah. Let me change the unit from metric to. Oh, okay. Seven 6 5. Let's see. 258. So it is heavier than what you expect. But the point is, that's why you want to keep your white from the kids, because when they say see white, then they may have their anxiety moment. Okay. So the reason I do this is because I don't know if you have thought about like what significance the white coat carries. What is the weight? Not the physical weight, but like the responsibility that is associated with the white coat on you. Even if you are not in white, but that responsibility is always with you. And it is actually much heavier than you may perceive, because in the patient's eyes, they put their trust in you. They put their loved ones, they put themselves, their lives, their life, their everything that they cherish, they put in your hands. So that's why that sometimes we may seem a little tough, a little too tough, but that's for a reason, because that you chose this career, and it is not something that you can just simply casually post. Okay. This is a rite of passage that Bastyr is one of the members that adopt to celebrate with the first year student. And through that, I think every one of you hopefully agree that no one would doubt that medical knowledge is important. So that's why I came here to receive this education and training. But that is only one part of medicine. And there are some other aspects of medicine, like professional, like care, like humanitarian aspect. But that is as important, if not more important, than the knowledge. So I always encourage students to not only be a competent doctor, but also be a compassionate, because the second one will play an important role in your whole practice. Every day, what you encounter is a person. It's not just some kind of disease or a list of symptoms or symptoms. It is the whole person. And everyone is different. Even if they have the same symptom, it doesn't mean they have the same disease. Or even if they have the same sickness, they may not have the same symptom. So you have to know knowledge, but also learn when you know how to use knowledge you have learned to figure out what it's about. So once, I think this is a good opportunity for every one of us to think about all these responsibilities beyond just as a student, you need to pass the the classes, the exams, right? This is far beyond that deployment. So I think everyone, when you take part of this, you make a promise that pursue medical education and training diligently, and not only today, not only the next 3 or 4 years, but also throughout your life until you retire from the profession. And also, this is a commitment to respect and support and encourage your fellow professionals, and also to put the interest of the patient always beyond your own interest. And also, this is an oath that you make to be tolerant, to be compassionate, and also be honest, and always striving to be worthy of the privilege of being a doctor and not abusing it. So this is something that I hope that you always remember from now on. So I don't want to steal too much time because I heard that there will be 3 bands celebrating this with us today in a short time. So, but I want to share a secret of taking care of patients. The secret of caring about patients is in the caring for patients. And I didn't say that. William Pickering said that in like almost 100 years ago. But I fully agree with that. So I will just pass that with you so that you can think about it and also in the future when you practice. Right. So I think one of my responsibility is to lead us to acknowledge the land. So I will do that right now. As we gather, let us honor the Kumeyaay people who have been this land nourished, healed, protected, and embraced them for many generations in a relationship of balance and harmony. As member of the Bastyr Separated community, we acknowledge this legacy. We promote this balance and harmony. We find inspiration from this land and of the Kumeyaay people. Well, without further ado, I want to welcome Dr. David Berg, our president, and he flew over from our camera campus to celebrate this with you and everyone. So let's welcome Dr. Berg.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lynn, far too kind. Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to extend a warm welcome to our students, parents, guests, faculty, staff, as well as administration. Today is an important milestone in the academic careers of our students. This marks a time when you will begin to advance your level of understanding and know what your role is and will be as you continue to develop academically, clinically, as well as professionally. You have tremendous opportunities and responsibility ahead of you. We have learned a fair amount about our nation and its increasing desire to have improved health over the last few years. It has become even more apparent that people want options, specialized approaches, and more opportunities to direct their care. People are seeking a chance to better understand what will work, not only for the masses or in general, but what will work for them specifically. A reality of our current time is that of increased living expenses, many individuals have been thrust into a situation of having to make critical decisions concerning their basic needs, including safety, food, shelter, as well as medicine. In a time when the cost of medical care have continued to rise, people are looking even more closely at their choices and how to most effectively take care of themselves, their children, parents, as well as other family members, most especially with limited resources. Naturopathic medicine offers an opportunity unlike other approaches that is not only focused on alleviating the medical issues and concerns held by patients, but also provides an opportunity to focus on wellness as well as prevention. You will be entrusted with the care of those who seek assistance and an opportunity to improve their lives. While some of the patients you encounter will be well aware of the benefits of naturopathic medicine, others will not. One of your primary responsibilities in this moment is to learn all that you are able from your professors, classmates, preceptors, and of course, your patients. Learning opportunities will be present each and every day, and it is incumbent upon you to realize the richness of these situations and to glean as much as possible during this time that you're faced with these scenarios. Learning can take many forms, including awareness, understanding, analysis, and mastery of the information that you're presented with. Mastery does not come all at once, yet it comes from a steady approach and willingness to learn from the situations that you're presented with. It comes from a willingness to be honest with yourself about your own preparation. For instance, did you adequately prepare for the patient encounter that you just completed? 2, did you ask all of the right questions of your patient while you were in the room spending time with them? 3, have you evaluated the feedback you've received from your supervisors? 4, did you incorporate that feedback into your subsequent approaches to provide adequate care? 5, what information did you learn while observing your classmates' patient encounter that you can incorporate into your own approach? Curious learning. And 6, lastly, are you pushing yourself to prepare even more when you encounter difficult situations? Or do you stop when you begin to experience the slightest bit of resistance? Preparation, valuing patients, follow through, and respect for the professors are key components to your journey. The actions you currently take are important in your education, along with your willingness to embrace the responsibility and to honor the connection with treating patients. Your mind is developing and advancing in order to allow you to think critically about the process of medical care for each patient. Your body, and most especially your hands, are receiving the necessary training and repetition needed to enact that which your mind, your knowledge, and critical thinking will direct. Making the connections between these areas in such a way that will allow you to assimilate the information into a greater knowledge and analytical system is absolutely necessary. You are building a foundation that will allow you to become an expert, a foundation that will require you to become proficient and confident in your skills as well as your experience. The time you spend with patients is critical and it's also special. Some patients may be very forthcoming with information about their circumstances, while others may not choose to engage in the process of providing full information. As such, please remember to take the time necessary to treat each and every patient and or family member you encounter with the level of respect that they deserve. Please take the time and engagement needed to meet their expressed as well as implicit concerns as they're attempting to find their way through to a different point in their lives. During medical school, it is important to consider the practices, habits, as well as the behaviors that have allowed you to reach this very point in your career. What are the core beliefs that have served you as your guideposts, allowing you to navigate times of uncertainty as well as difficult tasks? What practices have you used that have resulted in you being able to achieve acceptance into this very program? Beyond what has worked in the past, I also ask you to consider new behaviors that will facilitate your journey through this next phase of your education. I hope you will have at the top of rewind that. I hope you will have at the top of this a focus on self-care. This can include not only exercise, but can provide relief from stress and focus on nutrition that will fuel your body and also care for your own mental health. Awareness of stressors, developing a strategy to deal with them and evaluating what works best to alleviate stressors in your life are important aspects. We all have them, yet we all don't necessarily deal with them in the most effective ways. We're human. I have a final question for you, and that question is, why are you here? Why did you step across that threshold and enter into this program? Only you are able to answer that question. And I certainly hope that you understand that you're here because of the following reasons. One, you deserve to be in the position that you're now afforded. Two, the selection committee for the program recognized that you have the ability to become a physician, one that will provide a high level of care and doing so with purpose. Three, you are needed in the field of healthcare, and therefore you're in a position to respond with all that you have been provided and all that you will develop. And four, lastly, you are here because of your own personal choice, and I imagine your own personal mission associated with it. You have an opportunity to learn, to help others learn, and perhaps most importantly, a chance to improve the lives of the patients that you will treat. Let the moments you have with your patients not become so routine that you forget the opportunity you've been provided. A chance to improve the life of a mom, a dad, a grandmother, an uncle, a child, or someone's neighbor is a privilege. Make certain that you take advantage of each opportunity to impact lives in the most effective, ethical, as well as purposeful manner. I encourage you to remain open to the process and level of teaching that will come your way. I encourage you to seek opportunities and skills. I encourage you to do this not only for yourself, but for the patients as well as their families and friends who will benefit from your hard work. I'd also like to share a couple of quotes that I feel are appropriate to reflect on. The first quote is by Ralph Waldo Emerson, who stated, "Every artist was first an amateur." The second one is by Aristotle, which says, "We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence is therefore not an act, but it's a habit." Simply put, the interpretation of both quotes is that you have to practice. You have to practice, you have to practice your discipline in order to improve your potential, comfort level, skill, as well as understanding. Remember that as you move forward to begin your work in the next phase of your training, that you're not only representing yourselves, you're also representing the naturopathic medicine program at Bastyr University, the university itself, alumni who sat in the very seats in which you sit, and also the profession of naturopathic medicine. You should also know that you have the backing and support of many others who will never teach you in a class, never assist you with research questions, or ever provide you with a single shred of clinical feedback. You have an entire community of staff, external partners, the board of trustees, as well as the university administration, who are here to support you and are working constantly to ensure you have what you need in order to be successful. We are here. We're glad you're a part of the Bastyr family. Thank you for being here, and welcome to this next phase of your life.
Thank you, Dr. Bird, for those inspiring words. It is Bastyr tradition to have a student from the actual cohort being white-coated, and the student is elected by their own cohort to speak at this ceremony. So with my pleasure, I welcome Evan Esagura to the stage.
Let's finish what we started. She said, "I didn't want my family to say I was addicted to starting things, but allergic to finishing them." She said, "Starting things is fun and easy, but finishing things is hard work." She said, "Getting my education and telling my family, showing my family that we finish what we start wasn't my project, it was my passion." Nola Oaks was born Nola Hayes in 1911 in Jetmore, Kansas. In 1930, she took her first college course at Fort Hays State University. In her first year, she met Mr. Vernon Oaks. And by her third year, they were married. She was pregnant and both to raise their kids. Together, they built a family, they planted a farm, and they were living a happy life. But in 1972, after 39 years of love and marriage, Mr. Vernon Oaks died with one box left unchecked. He never graduated from college. Upon her husband's demise, Nola decided that she was gonna check that box for the team. She enrolled in classes at Dodge City Community College. Initially, her goal was to relearn how to learn and rebuild her confidence, but eventually, she completed and transferred back to a four-year university. Nola moved 105 miles away from her family farm to Fort Hays County to rent an apartment near campus. The second attempt at college was hard. And during the hardest weeks when she was going crazy, studying for finals, to calm herself down, Nola talked to herself. And she told herself to stay patient, but persistent. She told herself to stay positive, try hard not to talk negatively about what she was going through. And she told herself to stay connected to her friends and family, to her community that supported her, and to her individual reasons why she was doing this. And in 2007, at 95 years old, Nola Oakes was certified by the Guinness Book of World Records as America's oldest ever college graduate. And at 100 years old, Nola got her master's degree. Let's finish where we started. Nola Oakes' story is about Nola, but it's for us. It's a story of perseverance, of the power of a positive mindset, and of the relentless pursuit of your goals regardless of the obstacles that stand in your way. Friends and family, Bastyr faculty, fellow future naturopathic medicine doctors, this next 4 to 5 years might be different. There might be times when we see Dr. Lynn and donors' bodies more than we see our family and living bodies. There might be times when we fall short on a test. So instead of taking a break between quarters, we spend our spring break relearning physiology. And instead of sleeping in, you wake up early to have your morning cup of coffee with a splash of fear of failing your retest. There might be times when your negative self-talk lies to you, and it tells you that you're not smart enough, or you're not young enough, or you're not old enough to be a real doctor. Hard times are coming, but hard times have already come. We're only first-year medical students, but we've already seen things. Last year, in September, when we came onto campus for orientation, we were fresh. We looked good. We smelled good. No one was wearing scrubs. No one smelled like formaldehyde. We had our big iPads with our brand new Apple pens. We were making new friends. We were building our new community. We were spending day one with our day ones. We were eating tacos and drinking aguas frescas in San Diego, California. That day was iconic. We were cute. Like a young Britney Spears with pigtails. But by December, we were tired. We were stressed out. We were freaked out preparing for 8 finals in 7 days, and it felt like way more at the time. We tried reaching out to our original support network. We tried sending text messages and phone calls to our friends and family, but when we finally connected, we could feel that they didn't understand exactly what we were going through. Even if they had been through something similar in the past, they weren't going through this program now. So we were forced to rely on the support of our WhatsApp group chat. And different people dealt with this trauma in different ways. Some of us told jokes. Some of us shared SpongeBob memes with the red veins in them. Some of us could not articulate the breadth of our emotional state with words. So we used emojis, like Egyptian hieroglyphics to illustrate our pain. When we had 2 finals back to back on the same day, we used the crying emoji with the tears streaming down the cheeks and the circled mouth. When one of our 5 Maddies told a joke, it was for sure Maddie Apple. And we all laughed and used the laughing emoji with the teardrops. When someone told an especially funny, rolling on the floor, laughing joke, we used the diagonal laughing emoji to show motion. There were a lot of tears shared and a lot of nervous laughter. We were in a bad place. Collectively, as a group, we were going crazy. Like a ball Britney Spears with clippers, crazy. But we made it through that time. 45 out of 73 of us made it through that time. Okay. We built our first layer of toughness. And like stratified squamous epithelial tissue. We can build more layers. But just in case you get lost in this growing process, just in case you feel suffocated and surrounded by the negative thoughts, just in case you feel like Britney Spears and you're ready to shave your head. Or make some other extreme life-altering decision, put the clippers down, connect to your support network, and let's look to the people who look just like us, who are in a situation just like ours, who found a way to persevere. Let's stay patient, but persistent. Let's stay positive and try hard not to talk negatively about what we're going through. And let's stay connected to our friends and family, to our community that supports us, and to our individual reason why we're doing this. Ecclesiastes 4:12 says that one alone will be overpowered. Two can defend, but a threefold cord isn't easily broken. And the point of that verse is that we're stronger together. There's an ancient African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So fellow future naturopathic medicine doctors, together, let's finish what we started.
Thank you so much, Evan. That was wonderful. I now welcome Dr. Hampton to the stage. She is a current professor of naturopathic theory and practice and one of the pillars of the Bastyr community, and she is also a practicing naturopathic doctor herself.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Yeah. I'm Dr. Hampton. I am actually a graduate of the inaugural class at Bastyr, and Dr. Lynn is my anatomy teacher. I've worked closely with this cohort over the past year, and it is quite an honor for me to be here today, alongside my esteemed colleagues, each of these students, and among their family and friends. Thank you so much for being here to support them today. The white coat ceremony is a momentous rite of passage for naturopathic medical students at Bastyr and medical students around the world. It's a sacred moment in time for each of these students, and a time for the university to formally welcome them into the naturopathic medical profession, a distinct profession that combines the wisdom of nature with the rigors of modern science. Each of the students here today will receive their white coats, and with that, commit as student doctors to both becoming and staying proficient, not only in the science and art of medicine, but also with the central obligation of being a doctor, to care for their patients. But caring for patients isn't as simple as wearing a white coat and having a head full of information. Healing isn't all loveliness and being symptom-free. Healing is about a more rounded, substantial becoming. In my practice, I imagine a healed patient as someone experiencing emerging fullness, a greater sense of grace and elegance, a deeper sense of depth, and also a kind of homecoming for the enriched presence that unfolds life. Each of you is that when you sit down with your patients, that you emerge out into a healing landscape that is just as much, if not more, alive than the world around you, and that you go towards it with an open heart and a real watchful reverence for healing and the process, as opposed to the misdirect orientation that you were just there to suppress symptoms. What amazes me about healing is that real healing recalls you into a mindful place of stillness, solitude, and silence, where you can truly receive time. What I mean by this, for example, I'd say about 9 out of 10 people who come to see me are suffering from something stress-related. Now, there are big psychological tomes written on stress, but for me, philosophically, stress is a warped relationship to time. So that rather than being a subject of your own time, you become its target and its victim, and time has become routine. The timeline for healing becomes overstructured, stolen, thieved, if you will. So my ask of you is to understand how different time actually is within the container of healing. If you imagine the ocean, its surface is restless, it's fast-moving, it's aggressive. But then if you slip down deep below the ocean's surface, you'll find a place where it's still and things move more slowly. You're still within that same body of water, just as you're still within the same place of reality with your patients. But you can invite your patient on a journey to the depths of that ocean, the depths of time where healing is really able to take place and time behaves differently. And honestly, I think that's the secret of healing. That there are these huge gestations and fermentations going on in us that we're not even aware of, that take time. And then sometimes we come to this threshold of a healing breakthrough, if you will, where we're able to be and think differently because secret work has been done, of which we've had no inkling or at least no timer ticking. As humans, we are intimately near each other. We know about each other, but yet we do not know or never can really know what it's truly like inside another person. Many times a patient believes that if they tell you their story, that's who they are. And sometimes these stories are constructed of the most secondhand, psychologically and spiritually cliche amalgamations, and you're looking at this beautiful, interesting face telling you a story that you know doesn't hold a candle to the life that's secretly in there. So what I think happens here is that there's a reduction of identity to biography, and they are not the same thing. I think biography unfolds identity and makes it visible. Meister Eckhart, the 14th century German mystic, said, "There is a place in the soul that neither time, nor space, nor no thing can touch." And if you catch this out, what it means is that someone's identity is not equivalent to their biography, and that there's a place in us where we have never been wounded, where there is still a sureness in us, where there's a seamlessness in us, and where there's a confidence and tranquility within us. And I think being in that healing container, where a patient is witnessed, held by the slower context of time, allows us to enter a healing sanctuary, and we are able to be with them. In closing, as you embark on this transformative journey together, let us remember the profound responsibility and privilege that accompanies the donning of the white coat. That experience and empathy and understanding is important. That healing transcends the confines of time, beckoning us to embrace the depths of the human experience. As you stand on the threshold of the sacred profession, may you approach each patient with an open heart and a steadfast dedication to nurturing the profound potential for growth and restoration within all. Thank you.
I just want to say a couple more words. It was such a great speech. And sometimes, I reflect whether or how much the trauma we have posed on the students. And are those justified, necessary, or not enough? But like after hearing what you just said, I think it's appropriate. So be positive, be patient used to be a very good, encouraging word. Not a couple years ago, when those two changed their minds, right? You don't want to be positive or patient. But I think largely we're back to normal, thankfully. So let's come back, like just Evan said, just be positive, be patient, be together. I think that's a great to do. Another thing I want to share with you is that as a teacher, there's nothing that is more fulfilling or rewarding than you see your students become successful when they make their achievement. I'm much happier than I see myself succeed when I see my students succeed. For example, like Dr. Hampton, Dr. Sweeney. So there's two examples here that Dr. Hampton is how many years ago was that? Like more than 10 years ago. I shouldn't say that. She just turned, yeah. But she just turned 20, so and Dr. Sweeney, if I remember correctly, anatomy was not your favorite class. Yeah, I meant it was. Huh? But see how successful they are, and also Dr. Sweeney, she is one of the most beloved team and faculty in here. So there are two events that I look forward to here. One of them is the white coat ceremony. The other one is commencement. So those are the two that I look forward very much. And that is also the day that, well, I try to remember the names of students as soon as possible. So usually I can get most of them for not too long after they started. But those 2 days are the days that half of them I don't even recognize. Like, who are you? Like, do I know you? Like, because they are in such wonderful attire. And, yeah. But this is the moment that I really am happy to witness with the family and friends. And thank you for giving me this opportunity to be part of it.
Allen. Addison Copeland. Maria Hernandez Cortez. Claudia De Filippi. Cassandra Dilbeck. Madeline Apple.
You're my hero.
Evan Esguerra. Francis Cantera Hustler. Amelia Frank. Alexis Bernstein.
Marissa Nudi. Samuel Orefite. Carmela Palmieri. Michelle Park. Malakiva Raj.
Han Chang. Veronica Shehan. Kelly Ta. Alejandro Tolentino. Allison Trochet. Maddie Wilkerson. Edith Williams. Students, if you could grab, or future doc, excuse me. If you could grab your, yes, the oath is on the back, and are recited together. So if you could all stand. I dedicate myself to the service of humanity as a practitioner of the art and science of naturopathic medicine. By precept, education, and example, I will assist and encourage others to strengthen their health, reduce risk for disease, and preserve the health of our planet for ourselves and future generations. I will continually endeavor to improve my abilities. I will conduct my life and practice of naturopathic medicine with integrity and freedom from prejudice. I will keep confident what should not be divulged. I will honor the principles of naturopathic medicine. First, to do no harm, to cooperate with the healing powers of nature, to address the fundamental causes of disease, to heal the whole person through individualized treatment, to teach the principles of healthy living and preventative medicine. With my whole heart, before these witnesses, as a doctor of naturopathic medicine, I pledge to remain true to this oath. The codes that you now wear and the oath that you recited together in unison is an initiation into the legacy of naturopathic medicine. Each of you will, in just a few short years, become part of a lineage of incredible healers. But before you step into the ring after graduation, you have a lot of work to do and a lot of responsibility. My hope is that when you are in clinic, you'll be the first to raise your hand when it's asked who would like to take the next patient. That on each shift and with each patient, you fill your medicine bag with experience and wisdom. That when the days feel long and you find yourself in an inspiration desert, you remember who you are, where you came from, and honor the dream of where you are going. But most of all, that you never forget to lean on each other. Community is everything. Respect and value each and every member of your cohort. Practice tolerance, compassion, honesty, support, inclusion. Encourage each other to reach that finish line with integrity. Continue to get to know each other and believe in the power of authentic connection, and do this with your patients as well. Do not be afraid to share your spirit, your culture, your peace. Take care of yourself and take care of each other, because if you make it to graduation but had to leave yourself behind, then the cost was too high. It wasn't worth it. I had the honor and privilege of sharing the philosophy of medicine with you. I spent the last year continually blown away by the strong flame that burns within each of you, the wisdom and good nature that each of you carries. I speak on behalf of both myself and the university that we will tirelessly support you and do what we can to continue tending that flame, to guide you from where you're sitting today to where you'll be sitting on graduation day. Thank you, each of you, for being part of this community and dedicating yourself to our beautiful profession. And of course, thank you to our faculty, administration, the staff that is here, to all of those that put on this committee to plan this event. Michelle, Maddie, Tanya, Jacqueline, Evan, Ashley, Samuel, and Mokiva, and of course the Del Mar Social Club. Thank you. And most importantly, congratulations to the class of 2027. I have an announcement to make up your real numbers from Ellie. Ready? $26 to get that. That's all.